Welcome to Fully Loaded. On today's episode, we're going to be making pizza! That was awesome.
Have you ever wondered how to get the most out of your pit boss? Welcome to Fully Loaded, where I teach you how to unlock the full potential of your pit boss grill. Learn new recipes and pick up strategies to cook full meals. Load those grills to the max and unleash flavor like never before with expert tips and tricks. Pit Boss Fully Loaded is your ultimate grilling guide.
All right, folks, welcome back to another episode of Fully Loaded. Today we're going to be making pizza for our birthday party today. We're going to be making two traditional pizzas for the kids, a cheese and a pepperoni, and we also have two specialty pizzas we're also going to be making. One being a barbecue chicken pizza. It's going to be garnished with pickled onion, and another will be a 3 cheese and wild mushroom pizza. But before we get started on these recipes, let's go ahead and unbox our brand new Pit Boss Pizza Stone. Relatively easy, just packaged in a foam, comes right out. You can save the packaging if you want to store your stone in here because you really don't want to drop it, it will break. Alright guys, now that we got our pizza stones unpackaged and on the grill, we're going to preheat our Pit Boss to 350 degrees. We have our pizza stones on the lower rack, and so we're going to be looking and using our handy infrared Pit Boss thermometer that you can find on our website. You want to check the temperature of your stone. You want it to be between 375 and 400 degrees. Yes, it's set at 350 degrees, but with the stones being right over the heat plate, it's going to put it right around that temperature range. Now that our stones are preheated, let's get into assembling our pizzas and get them right on the grill. All right, now it's time to assemble our two specialty pizzas. Pizza dough, you might be asking. I did source these pizza doughs from a local retailer. You can make your own dough from scratch, score it from a local bakery. They come pre-pressed like this. It's about a 24-ounce dough, and it's about 15 inches. And so moving forward, when I make pizza, I like what we call proof the dough. If you ever been to a pizza restaurant and notice that there's bubbles on the crust, it's because they did not proof the dough like this. This will keep the bubbles from rising in the baking process. And so I'm just going to kind of randomly go over it. It doesn't have to be perfect. You just kind of perforate it slightly before we move forward. Okay. Now that we're at this stage of the assembly, I always like to take a little bit of olive oil and oil the outside of the crust. And we're going to do it a little bit different, and we're going to season it with one of our favorite Pit Boss seasonings. GSP for these two. All right. So we're just going to give it a light seasoning around the outside of the crust. You don't want to over season it because it will be salty if you put too much. All right, now that we seasoned our crust, we're going to go ahead and put about a half a cup of your favorite pizza sauce over on each crust. A little bit goes a long way. Yourself a decent sized serving spoon, and then you just work your sauce into an even layer over your dough. You don't have to worry about going out too far, because when we put our cheese, it's going to help spread the sauce out slightly more. All right, next step, in our 3 cheese mushroom pizza, we're going to have about 6 ounces of Havarti cheese. We're also going to have about 6 ounces of mozzarella cheese. Just going to kind of move that out and spread it. Our third cheese is going to be a Pecorino Romano, but we'll be finishing this pizza with that cheese when it comes off the grill. And then here we go with 8 ounces of sauteed mushrooms. These are domestic mushrooms, so feel free to use whatever type of mushroom you'd like to use. Evenly spread this out. Then on to our next pizza. 12 ounces mozzarella. We're just gonna work that out to the outside just like before. All right, now we got 6 ounces of pulled leftover chicken that we're gonna be utilizing for our barbecue pizza. You can dress your chicken with your favorite barbecue sauce, but today we're just gonna be seasoning it with our sweet heat rub. Give that a nice mix. Just like before, evenly distribute over the top. All right, now that our pizzas are assembled, it's time to fire them on the grill. But before we move into that, when you're prepping your pizza doughs, I always put a good amount of cornmeal underneath the pizza dough to keep it from sticking to whatever surface that you're going to be working on. And just another reminder, the Pit Boss butcher paper is not only for brisket, you can use it for a lot more things. All right. So now, I'm just gonna slide underneath. Right onto our spatula. Now that we got these pizzas fired off, our general bake time is going to be between 25 and 30 minutes. We're going to be checking them every 7 to 8 minutes, and we're going to be rotating them. The center of the grill is normally your hot spot. And so as you notice the crust start to color, feel free to use your spatula and just kind of rotate it around. Once after the half an hour or it gets to the color that you would like it to be, it'll be time to remove. All right, guys, if you've been watching this far, check out the description below where you'll find a discount code where you can purchase your very own Pit Boss Pizza Stone. All right, folks, it's about that time. Let's check our pizzas and pull them off. Oh my goodness, look at that. Right. Now let's give our pizzas a little bit of a finishing touch. So we're gonna garnish our 3 cheese with the final cheese being pecorino. Just a little bit over the top, goes a little long way. Followed by a little bit of truffle oil and chopped parsley. A little bit of oil goes a long way, folks. Then over on our barbecue chicken pizza, we're gonna garnish with a little bit of pickled red onion. Followed by a little bit of chopped parsley as well. There you have it. Let's move on to the next 2 pizzas. All right, now we've already assembled our final 2 pizzas. We have a pepperoni and a cheese pizza. Recipe is as just like before, about a half a cup of your favorite pizza sauce on the bottom of each crust, then about 12 ounces of cheese, and on the pepperoni we use roughly about a half a package, around 3 ounces of pepperoni. All right, just like before, we're gonna get these on the grill. About a 25 to a 30 minute cook time. We're just gonna rotate as we go. All right, it's about that time. Let's get our final 2 pizzas off. All right, guys, if you guys been watching this far, make sure you comment pizza party down below. Now it's time to get this party started.
Pizza, 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 pizza.
All right, now the only thing left to do is get these pizza cut and get the party started.
The best time ever had.
See you guys on the next episode of Fully Loaded. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know what you want to see on further episodes. Bye.
Bye.